What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Drawing with Jack. Here with Dr. Alex Reid. Joining us today is our special guest, your host and friend, myself, Skip Marazi, on a behind the scenes podcast for Cox and Space. The thing I love about the opening is you never really know how it's going to come about. So it's a surprise to me. It's a surprise to you. I hope that keeps you on the edge of your seat. But Alex, welcome. Welcome to Drawing with Jack.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you for the invitation again. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always really excited when you're going to be a guest on our show. We have Flamingo in the audience who introduced us, so shout out to Flamingo. And I think this is something like your fourth appearance on the Behind the Scenes podcast. Uh,
Yeah, I think it's the third.
Oh,
I
for the
think.
drawing with Jack, or all together. That might be right. I might be double counting because you're here. I don't know,
Yeah,
guys. We'll have them listed below in the description so you can catch all of them. But we always get up to some really interesting conversations, so that's why I think this one was I reached out to you because I was like, Alex, didn't schedule you to come back yet because we were planning to come talk about all interesting things in the next month. Um, so
yeah.
I apologize for have taken that as a given that of course you would be coming back to come hanging out with us. Merry Christmas to you because this will come out around Christmas time, I believe. And this is like New Christmas Eve, maybe I think this one comes out.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Thank you so
Actually,
much. And
actually, this drops on
um,
Christmas Day. So yeah, it will be Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry
From
Christmas, everyone.
from all of us with Alex Reid on the Wigwags podcast. So um, yeah, that's awesome. Um, being in Chile, we were talking about the differences, of course, being south of the equator where everything is hot, but
Yeah,
the pleasantry of Christmas, the magic of snow and lights as well.
yeah. And it's weird because I don't know. For instance, in the shopping mall, you have a huge Christmas tree with fake snow and the little elves and Santa Claus with the coat and everything. Uh,
And
but
in the
it's
indoor
like,
mall with AC, I hope.
yeah, yeah, because I don't know if you know Celsius for the degrees, or should I look like a Fahrenheit converter?
I can do it right now. It's actually, if I remember correctly, it's like a Fibonacci sequence of how they're anyway.
Yeah,
But you know,
yeah, I have it right here. I
but
am in my
how?
country.
Go ahead.
Oh, summer.
Yeah.
We have it around 95 Fahrenheit, 95 degrees Fahrenheit,
Okay, gotcha. All
around
right,
that.
fairly warm summer.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a dry summer. It's like the only dry country on South America. And the sun is like it hits you right on the skin.
Yeah.
It's
I
you have to
I
get used to it.
I grew up in the Arizona. I grew up in the high desert
Oh yeah.
of Arizona, but I've been down into the low desert and the general desert area, also Las Vegas and out to Burning Man actually. So dry
Oh,
desert.
nice.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Where you just like get baked by the sun. Um, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then you walk inside and there's Santa Claus sitting there in snow and a jacket. You've got a
I
sunburn.
mean, yeah. I mean, I've seen people dressed like that on the streets too, and they are clearly not having a good time.
Yeah, oh, like I don't know if you have Salvation Army, the guys who ring bells outside like Walmarts and stuff dressed as Santa Claus.
Not
The
not Salvation Army, but like people selling something on the street, or even people asking for money sometimes, like to do like a bit. But yeah, we have some Santa Claus on the streets.
yeah. Oh man, to 35 degrees Celsius. Uh they're and they're sweating. They're sweating in a red suit and doing whatever
Yeah,
activity that they're doing. That
yeah.
is That's ridiculous. Way too. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to laugh, but like it's my brain is the irony, right? Like that's what it is. This is high irony. Like my brain's like trying to like hold these. And then the beard, the white beards, and everything as well. Welcome,
Yeah, yeah,
Professor of Comedy, Aaron Cosbill. This is Alex Reid, who I believe you guys met before on Drawing with
yeah,
Jack.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hello.
We were just talking about being south of the equator and celebrating Christmas in the summertime. Um,
Nice.
yeah, and how that works out. So do people also take photos in summer gear, I imagine, with the Santa Clauses, or do they dress up in like they know they're gonna go take a photo of Santa, so they dress up in winter clothes?
Oh no, 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 no. I mean, everything else is normal summer. You go
Okay, I
with
gotcha.
short
So
short pants or anything.
it's pretty normal to see
Yeah,
people in shorts with Santa Claus.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That's what you see.
that's awesome. Um,
Yeah,
all right. Fun times. Differences between places. Um,
yeah,
we found out in the green room that we're still trying to find out about your thesis. So no update so far on what your thesis is about, or sorry, doing your defense for it, rather.
yeah, yeah. Still no news about that. I honestly think it's going to be like for January or even March, because on February here we have the summer vacations. So I'm not sure at this point.
I gotcha. I didn't even think about that, of course, socially, because you guys would want to stay out of the heat as much as possible, just like any other place in the world. Um, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. So your schooling is not happening at that time. So I gotcha. Also, yeah, I mean, I'm sure your professor's like, look, I'm winding down right now. Things are coming to an end.
Yeah.
I will deal with it later.
Yeah, because they also have to they also have other classes, other courses like for undergraduate and so on. So they have to check like final exams and all of that too. So I'm not putting pressure on anyone.
Right, yeah, exactly. And for you, I mean, it doesn't change so much, right? Like, there's not a job for you that's hinging on whether or not this is
I
defended.
mean, yeah, no, not really. I
Okay,
mean, when I have the title, I can get better jobs, but for now, I'm not in a rush, honestly.
that's that's good. It's a good place to be
Yeah,
in. Um,
yeah,
so it's giving you a lot of time to make music, I imagine.
yeah, yeah, and videos and everything.
That is awesome. Yeah, I've also been noticing the ramping up of videos. Um,
Yeah.
Lots of different topics. Anyone particular that's your favorite right now?
In what do you in
Like,
music?
well, I'm
You
sorry,
mean?
with the videos that you came out recently, um,
Oh yeah, yeah.
do you have one that you're
I mean,
like, oh man, this was the most fun because I got to, whatever it was.
yeah. In fact, it was the last one, the last video that I made. It's about synthesizer emulation, and I had a lot of fun because uh, it can get very experimental. I love making noise. I mean,
Okay.
I have another video that I made a couple of months ago where I talk about the importance of making weird sounds,
The weird sounds
even
one. That
if
was
you're
from the last one. Yeah, you said it was yeah. And didn't you just release
yeah,
like a weird sounds pack too? Or
yeah,
you're
yeah.
planning to? Okay.
I did release that because for me, sound design is all about having fun, even if I don't use those sounds for my music. But I have a lot of fun experimenting with different software, different plugins, and that's why one of the reasons I like to make reviews too, because I get always fun things to play with.
Right. That makes sense. Um,
Yeah,
and then you get to see all the things that it can do and what you can do with it.
yeah, yeah. That's
Um,
super super fun.
that is super fun. And you have, yeah, a track that you're releasing, you said on the 14th?
Yeah, yeah. This Sunday, I'm going to release a new single.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm
So this won't preempt your drop. This will be one that comes in a couple weeks after that drop. So, great.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't know if you want to listen to it now, later, or whatever you want.
I'm excited to listen to it. If you're about it, I am about it. Because I am a
Yeah,
big fan of your music, and if I haven't heard it yet, I would I would like to hear it.
yeah. But how can we do it? Do I share screen
That would
or
be
what?
actually the most convenient right now since Jack isn't here. Because yeah, if you want to share your screen of the that you have, or you can drop in the chat and I can play it. But I'll basically be doing the same thing of sharing a screen.
Yeah, I think I will share it in my screen because I have it on a WAV file,
Ooh, okay.
and because of that, um, it's like super heavy. So I'm
Right,
not
right.
going to be able to drop it on the chat.
You wouldn't want to do that here. I think you have to have the nitro built up, and then it
Yeah,
would take a little while. Um, Also, it would do a weird compression going up that way too, because I think they do that anyway, because they're like not on our
yeah,
servers. Um, so,
yeah. So let's check if we can do this.
all right.
So I'm going to share my screen. Uh,
Oh, that's right. The last time we did this, it was Flamingo that was sharing from YouTube, which that also made sense. But it's
yeah.
boom, boom,
Uh,
boom.
Now, how do I know if I'm going to have sound or just
They generally come together unless there is you have like an additional like plugin that you have to set up.
okay? So let's test this.
All right.
Can you listen to it?
Um, I okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't hear anything right now.
No, you,
So,
okay, okay. Yeah, let me check how this works. Otherwise,
gotcha. Okay, I didn't think about that. Um,
yeah, because I don't want to make it so
oh, you know what?
we
Actually,
try to figure this out during the whole podcast.
sometimes if you share your whole screen, it doesn't play your sound. But if you share a specific like tab, it does. Like if you were to share just the window, if you pop that thing up and you share just the
Oh,
window that was playing, it will sometimes do that instead. It may not work. If
l-
it doesn't work, then we'll just move on to something else. But um, yeah,
let's see. Let's see.
no, no, unfortunately, that did not work.
No.
If there's sound there, no. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, what we can do is that we can talk about anything else, and I just, in the meantime, I transform it into a MP3 file so I can send it to you through the chat.
Okay, that'll work. Okay, that's probably the easiest solution, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Nice. Um,
yeah.
so literally, oh man, now that I'm thinking about the music, literally anything else, it's like, don't think about that blue-eyed polar bear. And you're like, dang it, until you mentioned it, I wasn't. And now that you have, I am. And those eyes sure are blue, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like an
I love
icy
the blue-eyed
blue.
polar bear.
The blue-eyed polar bear.
Gosh, such a great guy. Always like I got my snowmobile was stuck when I was traveling through Canada, and the blue-eyed polar bear found me and like kept me warm. So, but the rescue before the rescuers came, um, he
That's
was
wild.
just the best.
I tell people that the blue-eyed polar bear is my power animal, so that's a fun story that you found out that you've described that you've had with who I describe as my power animal. Um, uh,
Powerfully kind.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, a huge bear, but is he got blue eyes, so he's not like a wild bear. He's just like probably just not in his true form the moment you met him, and that's why he's capable of doing the things.
yeah.
So Alex, obviously you are your power animal, I assume, is the rabbit.
I will actually the rabbit is like how people know me, but secretly I'm a how do you pronounce it? A hare?
The hare? Okay, gotcha. So you mean
Yeah,
like a wild
yeah,
rabbit, not a tamed one?
yeah, yeah. In
Aha!
fact,
A very important
it
distinction.
Didn't you
it
lose to a tortoise? Uh,
Oh,
what?
sweet.
Sorry.
it's
I
a
I did get your song. Thank you for the conversion. That was fast.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so, but I'm more interested in this topic real quick. So let's wrap it up, and then we will get back to that song if that's okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
Of course.
you're all good. Thank you for getting to it. So you're saying that you're not a domesticated rabbit. You're a wild rabbit. Um,
Yeah,
why
basically.
why the distinction? What makes it for you?
I mean, I think one of the things that I like to convey is some sense of weirdness or like something uncanny.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have seen pictures of hares.
I have. I was gonna make the
They
joke, but I didn't want to preempt it for you.
yeah, they are creepy, man. They have like
Someone
a
described hares as the rabbits who have seen God face to face.
yeah, yeah. They have
Because they're like just
some
like,
eyes.
and always like their hearts are beating so fast because generation after generation who are like, oh my God, we're about to get killed from the moment they're born. So
Yeah,
yeah, they're real lean, like always on the lookout. The ones who have survived the longest have the most buggiest eyes and the longest ears, and
yeah,
like real fast at getting away. So yeah, no, they're
yeah, yeah.
freaks, the absolute freaks.
They're freaks. Yeah.
So I get it.
And in a more positive way, of course, they are like well, they represent a little bit of my ADHD,
Okay, fair. That
and
would be fair. Yeah.
they they also are strong, and in a way, they remind me of creativity and things like that.
Right, and quick, right? Because I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen them like fight something out because they are pretty fast. They are pretty strong
Yeah,
at that. But then also, they'll like the reason they don't get caught very much is because they're not going one direction. Like bunnies will, or bunnies, but more like hares who are running fast will zigzag like crazy.
yeah,
So they'd be
yeah,
like leap, and they'd be like, if you started to go dodge that direction, they're already moving in a different direction. So, yeah,
yeah.
that's
They're
cool.
they are unpredictable.
And that's why that's their saving grace, right? Um, yeah, rabbits, the tame ones, they are cute and they are soft, but they don't move around too much. Um, so that's awesome. Aaron,
Yeah.
power animal?
power animal.
Which one seems to represent you? The hare that the tortoise that the hare is lost against?
No, I'm not that. Like
The
I'm slow, but I'm not like I don't like get protection from just taking my house everywhere.
interesting. Okay,
Um,
fair, fair.
uh, man, I might be a rooster. Uh,
Hey, the
yeah,
rooster is a nice one.
Yeah, actually,
yeah.
yeah, I can see that. That makes sense. Aaron is a stand-up comic, so that is basically like, get up, wake up, people. So,
My grandmother had this like porcelain rooster in her living room
huh.
that I thought was the greatest thing ever. And when she passed away, that's the thing I took from her house. Um,
Wow, that sounds like you
no
stole it
offense.
from her, and that was, you like you finally saw the advantage to like get the family inheritance or something. I don't think you meant that at all, but headcanon. You're
Yeah.
like, yes, my final chance. This was
I mean,
it.
they asked if there's anything from like her house that I wanted, and I told my mom that's
Oh, I
what I
gotcha.
wanted was that
Gotcha.
rooster.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly, if you are cooks in space, I mean, one of you had to be a rooster.
you would. Yeah, I was more surprised than I definitely should have been. To find out that one of us was a cox in space, especially the one that has all the lore. That is providing the lore for the show. Because that's not me, man. So yeah, okay, gotcha. Um, it would make sense. I was gonna comment that I understand what you mean, where you're like, I needed to get the rooster when my grandma passed. She was a dental hygienist, and so I got a set of just like these like teeth that she has. There was like a, like she probably had it sitting somewhere as like a test or whatever. It's like, yeah, anyway. Uh, so just a way to remember by. But yeah, that would make sense, man. Yeah, you have to you got your shiny feathers and your comb.
Yeah, nice comb, good, feed. Uh, keeping
Uh,
it coop.
yeah.
Uh,
And yeah, I mean, yeah, in that coop, you always got a lot of hens running around, friendly little hens doing the friendly hen things.
yeah. Although I'm not a morning person, so there's that. But
You're a night rooster,
yeah, night rooster. Uh,
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, you don't conform to conventions.
right? Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Hey, let's go out and party. It's 11 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. And people are
I'm
like,
in a time of
yeah,
my I'm in a time of my life that I'm sleeping at that time.
at 11 p.m.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There was, I think it was the other night actually. Like Aaron and I were working on a project, and I was like, I gotta go to bed, man. I think it was like 8:45. Um, I was like, it's just
I was a night person before, but then I got married to a day person, so now
ah,
I'm a day person.
well, you had to compromise, right, and become a day
Yeah,
person. Yeah,
It's like we have jobs, and so the workforce forces you to be a morning person.
yeah.
Everything is geared towards those type of people.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Um,
It's true.
yeah, because I think what is it? Productivity is represented as goodness. That's like kind of
Yeah,
like the ingrained mantra of capitalism and all the trickle offs that are capitalism.
yeah. I wish more countries were like Spain or Italy, where lunchtime is like 2 or 3 hours because they account for
naps.
for naps. Yeah,
Man, I would love a nap in the middle of
Yeah,
the day.
well, you could get
yeah,
more stuff done if you come and do like a 4 hour shift and then you took a little break and then did another 4 hour shift because those two four
yeah,
hours are going to be really, really productive versus like people being like you have to put in 8 and 10 hours and you get no break except for minute like that 15-minute or like half hour somewhere in there. Um,
yeah, yeah,
because you're exhausted in the last 3, 4 hours. There's no way you're doing good work.
yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, well,
I'm looking like I do good work
no, I mean, and
at
that's
that
that's
time.
everybody. People be like, "No, I power through." I'm like, "Yeah, actually, but I've seen you, in the last couple hours. Like, even when you build up the stamina for that type of work and you do it regularly, your brain is taking on too much. It's just like, your body is tired from doing things. We're not built to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
like biologically, that's not what like us as animals are meant to do. Like we are pursuit hunters and we do that, but we're also supposed to be like, you know what, I'm tired. I'm gonna sit down and take a break for a second, eat this food, you know, and then you're supposed to accomplish tasks, not just work endlessly.
Yeah, of course.
I put off my lunch break as long as I can, just so that I can like trick myself into being more productive through the day. Because I know after lunch I'm gonna be the least productive because I'm gonna want to sleep. Um,
Fair,
so
and
I'll
then
wait
also
till
that the
like two
biological
o'clock,
response.
then get back at 2:30, and then the last 3 hours is just making it look like I'm working. Um, but the first part is when I did all the actual work. Uh,
Suppose
Yeah.
they don't care as long as it gets done.
I'm
Yeah.
ahead of my job, so like they're perfectly fine with whatever I'm doing. Uh,
So who's the shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes?
yeah, eyes and ears, mouth, nose, and
I mean, because you said you're the ahead.
the secret eye.
Yeah. All right. With that silliness, let's segue to the song that's been sent to me, so that we can actually hear this. I'll pull it up for you guys, and we'll do a test run. Alex, thank
Okay.
you for sharing that. Uh,
Let's go.
Let me see if I can find it. You guys see my screen. Here it is. Can you hear that?
No.
No. All right. I'm going to download that and then play it that way and see if that comes through. You're like, actually, this is a big reveal about how I've learned how you can make non-piratable songs. You can't play them across the airwaves. You can't pass them to anyone else. You can only play them with a key code, this key code.
Not convertible to LimeWire or Napster.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That would be pretty much a quick reveal. That's great. Um, Although, how do you feel about that piracy in general, Alex?
Um, so as a YouTuber, I should say that I don't like it, but as a person, I mean, you cannot fight piracy. Piracy is always going to be there. Always going to be. It's always going to exist.
Right. Yeah.
Many. I mean, I think that for music itself, um, artists actually benefit from piracy.
That was
Because,
kind of what I was thinking with that. Yeah.
yeah, because discs and albums are not cheap. So I like downloading it, or like in the 80s or 90s, you can buy a pirate cassette or CD and you get the music. I mean, that was the way to share, you know?
Right. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people that I would not have known about and wouldn't listen to
Yeah.
regularly now if I hadn't gotten it pirated. Um,
And let's think about software. I think that, I mean, if you want to get serious and everything, maybe there comes a moment where you decide that, okay, I'm going to buy this software so I can get the latest updates and whatever. But many musicians start with pirate pirate software,
100%. I
and
would not be
because of,
into all the Photoshop and Premiere that I had if I hadn't stolen it first.
yeah,
So I don't
yeah,
know. I mean, they fight it, but like it really should be. And the same thing, like I've switched now over to using Photopea versus Photoshop, but because it was a free service. But then now, like because I've used it so much for years, I'm like, hey, they've been asking for $5 for years, and I'm like, here's now I'm willing to pay you, right? Like because
yeah,
I'm obviously using it all the time. Um, so like, yeah, I don't know. If you can't fight piracy, what's the solution?
yeah. I mean, it's almost natural for people.
Right, right. Well, yeah. And we don't want to give things away in a capitalist society, but if it's going to be taken, like the thought is more like I think it kind of like is what led to streaming, right? Like we'll give people
Yeah,
access to everything then if they're going to do
and
that, and then just pay them
and
to have access or
and I think
charge
that
them.
the people are actually not losing money because of piracy, because I think most of the people that pirate something were not going to buy that something.
100%. They're just like testing it out.
Yeah,
So yeah, right. And like if you're gonna like have, and then also the other thing, right? Like, is if people are pirating it, they might not be buying, say, the music, but they'll be buying merchandise if if they want the
yeah,
other things. You know what I mean? Like, if you're like, hey, I really do like this band and I want to rep it now, I'm gonna get the sticker, the shirt, or the hat. So like, it's not like
yeah.
they're losing money that way. Like, if you make it's always good to make fans. What's up,
And
Flint? Welcome to the conversation.
I think the solution is
Piracy is awesome.
solution for every software free trial. Every single one. Same thing with games, because that's how the I really find is games. Because and it's not even in like a malicious way. It's like I don't want to pay $70 and be completely disappointed because they don't have a free phone I can like stupid dog shit about.
Uh,
And so the game, but it's good. I'm really good at that. And just on it, I have no interest.
you broke up quite a bit there, but it sounds like what you said is that everything should be kind of like open and available, so you can try the whole thing, and then if you like it, you'll pay to keep playing it. Is that right?
Yeah, there should be for everything. So
Oh yeah, you're breaking up quite a bit. There should be like I'm out of this conversation.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of people that make open source software, and
Yes.
that's that as advanced as paid software, and that's amazing, you know.
can you hear me better now?
Yes, it seems to be more clear.
So yeah, I was just saying that every software should have free, uh, a free trial.
Right, a free trial that's not a free trial that leads to a paid trial that like lets you actually like play and explore and see what it is.
Yeah.
Or and like the difference is between the FL and Bitwig. FL Studio has a good like free. Bitwig didn't have one, of them. So I just dove in hoping for the best. Like with um with like games, it's the same way.
Yeah, there should be like good trials. I mean, I like, for instance, Ableton. It's like 60 days, fully featured, and
See,
you can do whatever you want.
and that's what I was going to point out for the free trials. That's absolutely what it should be. Something that's like reasonable, not like a week. Because like you need to use something for a significant amount of time to know if
Yeah.
it's like something you want to do. Now for a video game, probably like letting people have it for a few months is probably losing money. Um,
Yeah.
maybe if they block just the final boss or something. You could you could play the entire game, but you can't unlock, whoever
Yeah.
whoever the top guy is.
By the way, in Steam, if you play a game for less than 2 hours, you can get a refund. And there are people that like do speed runs in less than 2 hours, wishing that they will get the refund after finishing the game.
That's okay. That's exactly what. Yeah, I'm talking about. Like if you had, a few weeks to play a video game, like most games you can get through at least a significant amount in that time if you're dedicated
Yeah.
enough. 2 hours? They're speed running and just seeing how far they can get before they have to return the game.
Yeah. But I think there are like a couple of guys doing that, like for YouTube, and it's fun.
That's some fun clout. Yeah, for sure. That best to them. I will try to find them and play, I don't know, a clip or something. Um, I'm gonna play this clip to see if you can hear this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool,
It
cool.
sounds, but it's like low in volume, but it's making sound.
Okay, let me see if I can turn that up for you. That's not it. All right, try this. This might be too loud, but better.
No, the same, but you can listen to it.
Okay, you guys. All right, well, here we are. It does sound pretty epic. sound.
I dream of rodent worlds and empty stairs. Always there, a language which I can't understand. What can I say? It always feels like going down, like losing your head. I swear I have been here before, but it feels so strange. It's all that I want, to have self-control. I wonder if I will know what I can become. That's why I'm afraid to be on my own. I wonder if you'll be there when my time has come. When my time has come, I want to stay some more, if that's okay. I've got time to waste, empty words to think, and stay away.
All right.
Can
Yeah,
you feel the
So if you guys
same?
are here on the
It
podcast
always
at this moment,
feels
you guys
like
did hear the song
going
before you went
down,
on. This song is dropping
in
on
your head. I swear I
yeah.
have been here
We are
before,
again.
but it still feels strange. It's all that I want, to have self-control. I wonder if I will know what I can become. That's why I'm afraid to be on my own. I wonder if you'll be there when my time has come. When my time has come. It's all that I want. It's all that I want, to have self-control. To have self-control. I wonder if I will know what I can become. That's why I'm afraid. That's why I'm afraid to be on my own. To be on my own. I wonder if you'll be there when my time has come. When my time has come.
Yeah, nice.
And that's it.
That's nice. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So you have the two sides, and that is more of the what was the band you like? Depeche Mode, Tears for
Yeah.
Fears. Yeah.
New Order.
New Order. Yeah. Era. Style.
Yeah.
Yeah. It closes on that hard to be on your own. Yeah. Huh. Okay. So, you've obviously spent a lot of time with that song because I can hear there's a bunch of different layers in it, which means meticulous tweaking and listening to the same loop like over and over again sometimes, to get
Yeah.
this right.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. What is it? What does it mean to you? Like, what's the big scope of the project for or that song? Like, what is it all that you want?
Um, I think that all that I want is to have peace of mind.
Huh.
Like, I when I made this song, I was thinking about some dreams that I had. Sometimes I have dreams that are very like are not like nightmares or anything, but they have like a very uncanny feeling. So sometimes I dream like with impossible architecture and landscapes that make me feel in a certain way. So it's like this feeling of uneasiness and a little bit of fear. Like in a dream, you're supposed to be in a safe place because
You hope,
it's
yeah.
your own head.
Right, right.
But I don't feel safe in those kind of dreams. So all that I want is to be able to go to those safe places when I'm sleeping. Something that
your
I
own mind,
cannot. Yeah, something that I cannot choose to do.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that is very true. That's interesting. I'm sure that it happens commonly in dreams, because the space that's laid out in dreams don't necessarily make sense, so the way they move don't. Like you
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
impossible architecture. But so that's something I don't think I've noticed it, because I don't have like a big linear sense. They're more like flashes of dreams than like a whole like. So do you see that? Like, is a common thing for you in your dream world to like see like the whole big picture, so to speak?
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
My,
Okay. Like how
my
common?
dreams, yeah, my dreams are very special, honestly. Sometimes my dreams even have. If I could think like a dream, I think I will be much more creative because sometimes my dreams feel like they have a script, but in a way that something that happens at the beginning of the dream has to do with something that happens like later on the same dream,
And
almost like a story.
you have callbacks in your own dreams,
Yeah,
and
it's
like
crazy.
like recurring characters, timelines, like and that sort of thing. Like they ties itself up.
Yeah, I mean, not in separate dreams, like on the same dream. I mean, it's rare for me to have different dreams that are connected.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but
Okay,
the
several different dreams as you go from dream to dream as they shift and change. Um,
yeah,
but you're saying that sometimes it does, and you can actually remember it.
yeah, yeah. But what I see in my dreams is what like makes me feel like overwhelmed with impossible sights in a way.
Huh. Yeah, and that's interesting. Yeah, absolutely. That's interesting that I was talking to another composer recently, a producer rather, who was saying that he was having like his inspiration for his music was coming from his dreams. Um, so that's really cool. Um, as I'm sure you've studied dream analysis as part of your studies, at least to some extent, the psychology of it. Um, what do you
Not much,
really?
honestly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we read a little bit of psychoanalysis, like Freud,
Right, right.
but but it depends on the teacher, and the teacher that I had talked more about like Oedipus rather than the
Okay.
meaning of dreams. So,
Oh,
so
I get you. Okay, because there's a lot to
yeah,
focus on Freud, right? You're gonna look at his
yeah,
cocaine use or the fact that he's sexually repressed.
yeah,
There's a lot to delve into when you want to get into the man. But okay, gotcha. So interesting. Okay, because, well, I was thinking because of your literature, and I know that it's not focused specifically on, books themselves, but just the idea of what stories are and how stories are told. and how there's a lot of like imagery that are in stories that come, the reason we use them in stories is because they come from our own psyche. Is
Yeah.
kind of what Jung was saying. There's like archetypes and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
so, and that's kind of what I was thinking, like, where do you think this impossible geometry comes from then, if everything inside your head is from you? Or do you believe that it's coming from elsewhere as maybe the case?
No, I think it's coming from me,
Okay.
but for I think that there are many things that I would love to do. Like one is to be able to make illustrations and paintings, but I don't have the abilities. And in a way, sometimes in my dreams are shaped with the things that I cannot do in real life. Um, because, for instance, I love like fiction, like Lovecraftian fiction, with these elder gods or alien civilizations and things like that.
Right, right.
And I am always fascinated about that, but I've never used that like on my own creative things. So maybe, as I'm not using that for my creating purposes, my dreams take care of that in a way.
Gotcha. Where it's like it's unfulfilled, so it's trying to exercise itself in that way.
Yeah, but it's a theory. I mean,
That's okay. That's interesting. Yeah, right. Oh, dreams come from someplace, working
yeah,
out something. So, and that was kind of what the thought was.
yeah.
Uh, that is sweet. Uh, so, I just realized that tonight is actually Jack's birthday, and that is probably why we are not seeing Jack tonight. Is he either got surprised or met up with people because it was his birthday and he is out doing the things. So
I
oh
hope
my
he
God.
wasn't. I hope he wasn't waiting for you guys to go to the celebration.
Yeah, it would be hard times. So, because he's in Chicago, all the way up north, and I'm in Louisiana, all the way south.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
And Aaron is in Ohio, which is closer to Chicago, but by a distance of about 6 hours, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm like 30 something hours away from Chicago. So yeah. Um, no, I wish we got the chance to meet up with Jack more regularly or at all. But we are looking forward to this upcoming soon. So um, that is awesome. What type of artwork are you thinking you're going to be doing, or have you done for this new track? Because I know you do all your
Yeah,
own.
I can show it to you. In
Okay.
fact, so I can share the screen now,
Yeah.
but as this doesn't have any music.
I noticed what I was doing wrong was there's a little tab on the bottom that said, "Oh, that's cool." Okay.
Yeah, it's things like this, like what's inside my head, in a way.
Right.
Like I
Huh.
have these small videos. These actually are going to be part like of the. This is the visualizer I'm going to upload to YouTube on Sunday.
I like it. Yeah, that's real cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All
that
right. So it's good for you to have a little time on your hands.
yeah, and that's that those are the visuals for this single.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's really cool. It takes what you were doing with the artwork and then takes it to the level of course, using video as a form of media too, which is perfect.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanted to experiment with something a little bit more creepy and with photos instead of illustrations or collage.
right? But still using that, like, but in a videography sense instead, because right, you
Yeah,
catch out your face and then are cutting those things in, and does have a creepy element to it, but it's also it's not like scary, but like uneasy, that feeling that you're talking about.
yeah, yeah. I mean, sorry, I put it down, but the cover is going to be this one. Sorry. Yeah, this is going to be the cover image, like official.
Nice.
Yeah,
So it's got the sunny title behind the face. Um,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, no, I really do like what you're doing with graphic design. Whenever I make a thumbnail, I generally just bastardize one of your covers, um, for
thank you.
for yours. Yeah, because I'm
Yeah,
like, what can I do is better than that? Let me just see if I can just yes and it, um, because it's fun, man.
you're my number one fan, man.
Oh, really? Well, okay.
I
I'm sure
mean,
you
I
haven't
think
met the other fans, and that's the only reason you think that.
I mean, I think you're the only person that has ever told me something about the image and not only about the music.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. That's wild. Yeah, because to
Yeah.
me, that's the thing that keeps catching my attention, and I'll be listening and watching it. So, um, yeah, I think so. I raised rabbits as a kid. Uh, we had like maybe 50 at one point, um, or more. And so, yeah, when I saw the picture of the rabbits, of course, I was like, yes, rabbits. I feel a kind of
That's nice.
kinship for them, because I was in charge of taking care of them, like feeding and watering them in the morning, cleaning up after them. So, yeah,
That's nice.
yeah. Um, well, here's you think that's nice until you hear the rest of the story, which is my dad even back then was a prepper, and so he believed, and this is in 1994, I believe, 96, that the world was like about to end in 2000, and so or there was
Oh.
going to be like some major crisis. So what we had to do is we had to raise our own meat, and that's what those rabbits were for.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I do have a kinship for rabbits, and you know what they say, you are what you eat. So rabbit
Oh my
stew
God.
was yeah common. We had it instead of chicken a bunch. Um, I think in some ways it was like cheaper, but that wasn't really the whole thought process behind it. It was definitely that, when things go egg shaped, we're gonna do that. It's so wild, being a millennial and living through so many of those um, crises, I guess. At the end of the world has ended yet again.
Yeah, we have lived through a lot of world ends.
And so I haven't talked to my dad recently, but I wonder how he's doing with how many times the world has ended. Um,
Yeah.
because he was ready to do it, when I was little. But um, so okay, year 2000, obviously Y2K. For America, and I don't know if this changed things a lot for Chile, but 2001 was right after that was 9/11. That was kind of like changing point. Like they've got massive weapons, but that might have just been an American thing. True or not
Yeah.
true? Because that's when the police
Yeah.
state and the spying like ramped up in America. That's when everything they like basically justified, building the databases that we have now.
Yeah. Yeah. That wasn't something I knew about.
Okay. And then there was 2012. Was that the
Yeah.
next big
Yeah.
one? The Mayan
Yeah.
calendars are ending,
That was a big one. Yeah.
and a massive divergence in the timeline, or however you want to interpret that. Um,
Yeah.
and then where, what's the most recent one? Oh, I guess COVID was the plague. We all lived through the plague
Yeah.
in 2020.
Yeah.
So they've been kind of spaced out. I mean, so yeah, 12 years between 2000 2012, 8 years, whoa, between 2012 and 2020. Uh, Maybe the numbers aren't looking so great. Um, but I guess if you look at, you want to include the world wars, Vietnam, there's always been tragedy,
Yeah.
and it's always
I
been,
mean, And there are years where like North Korea is a little bit angrier than usual, and
And might be
of
getting close
course,
to pushing the button, right?
yeah, and of course, the media wants everyone
Nope.
to be calm, and they release news about how to take care of yourself if a nuclear bomb goes off in your city, and typical media.
Just the typical, whatever's gonna help sell.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there have been also alerts like when the whole Ukraine Russia conflict started.
Recently, yes.
People were talking about the World War III. That's another like end of the world too.
The possibility that is still looming, possibly, with everything that's going on in the Middle East as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
A well-timed cough. Or sneeze.
No, it was a cough.
Oh yeah, I got you. Be like Middle East. So, but yeah, no, I mean we are in times, and it's probably rise of technology and the interconnection of all the continents and countries together. It probably has a big part of
Yeah.
that. You know, it's harder to declare war on everything when it's ships and letters and some pigeons.
Yeah. Yeah.
So easier when we have satellite and drones and
Yeah.
yeah, weapons that can reach around
Proxy
the world.
war.
Yeah, thank you for using the word I could not think of. Yeah. We'll make other people do it, and by other people we mean these machines.
Yeah.
So
And the next end of the world, I think, for people like they are going to be afraid of like singularity with AI and uh, AI going rogue.
yeah, well, it's funny. I was just thinking about that today. Obviously, I was seeing more AIs being incorporated into everything. Not great, but
Yeah.
it's actually slightly better than the human response was or the pre-recordings people were using. Um, But I was just, it was so interesting to me that I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the change. Like the same way that I think people were our age when they saw the internet, they should have been like, oh, yeah, that's it. That's the change.
Yeah.
The fact that we have uncorked AI as, basically we have access to as much information as we could possibly have. Anybody and everybody has that at their fingertips. Um, and it's convenient and not but also it's controlled by the person who owns the machine, right?
Yeah. That's the
How
main issue.
yeah, right. And so it becomes like everything, and I was like, this is it. This is the way that all of the information, like the world is changing. And so yeah, that I think you're right on with the singularity. Like whether it's actually reincorporated in ourselves and become biological, technological, or if it's an intellectual merging of like, we're always relying on AI now, uh,
Yeah.
and we don't know anything without asking it. Yeah,
Yeah. And the other scenario is that the AI bubble is going to burst and all of these AI services are going to go bankrupt.
we're gonna find out more and more of them are actually run by people who are pretending to be AI. Yeah, um,
Yeah.
100%.
I find that so funny, man.
It just-
Like robots that are actually people
There's a
with
clip.
VR sets.
That's the one. That's what I was thinking of. You see the robot
Yeah.
take off its VR headset and just drop to the floor.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, they are desperate to sell the illusion of
Yeah.
AI and robots.
Anything it takes. I think we were joking the other night that Elon Musk is like his Teslas aren't actually self-driving cars, but they're actually a person somewhere in, some country or, someone who's at home who's driving the cars for people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why they do go rogue from time to time. It's because they're like, fuck it, and they're just like, and then they're like, all right, plug them in somewhere else. Um,
Yeah.
It's a possibility. I mean, it's on the table, if not like plausible, you know?
And it's a possibility. I mean, with technology, what we are doing is like getting rid of direct interaction with other people. I mean, for instance, the proxy wars with
Yeah.
drones and all of that. Now imagine that people with money, instead of paying for, I don't know, a maid, they will get a robot that's actually controlled by a person that's actually more expensive than a maid
Right.
to do the maid work, but it's still going to be a person, just not directly a person.
So slavery, but they dress up as a robot instead of the black and white costume.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, right? That's essentially what you're talking about. But it doesn't have to be any particular one person, and you don't have to feel bad or guilty because you believe you have a robot. But it's just
yeah.
a maid service that, a series of people log into the VR and clean the house. Um, I don't know if I hate that actually. I would sign. I mean, because there's so many like like clean your house sims or like where you play this video game where you emulate whatever the thing is. Um,
Yeah.
and maybe if you have to do it for 8 hours, like you're obligated to be there. It might not be as fun, but man, there might be a whole bunch of things that people could do through the hands of a robot. Um, say
I
for
mean,
instance, sorry.
yeah, no, I mean, capitalism always adapts. So nowadays, many people are preferring to do work on home. So imagine someone tells to you, "Hey, put this VR set and you can clean other people's houses, but you are in your own home." I think many people will jump to that.
Yeah, I don't have to commute. I can hang out with my kids in between jobs. I can keep an
Yeah.
eye on them at the same time, like just pause like while I'm sleeping or whatever. Um, yeah, 100%. Also, I was thinking about like just how there's not really one, but they feel like there's labor shortages or like people who are highly trained technicians of all sorts of things. I was thinking mainly mechanics, but like yeah, you could get the best mechanic in the world at your place in half an hour, because they can log into your robot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's an interesting idea. Yeah.
yeah, I hadn't thought of that, but then it becomes the universal person. Um, because you could get anybody at your house. And then actually they're not unsafe either because they don't even know where you live.
Dude, if no one has patented this, you have to do it. I mean,
We're
this is
doing it now.
genius.
No, this is dropping on Christmas, the next hot idea for 2026. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So what you guys, well, Alex, you don't know, I've been working on like crazy, like this Christmas show that we have. But basically the premise of the Christmas show is Santa Claus is Prometheus. And the reason that he takes care of the humans every year is because the first gift he ever gave them was fire, and then he
Yeah.
was like put in charge of them after that. And so him and Mrs. Claus are Prometheus and Pandora, who is sent with him, and she's the one who's given them all their woes, but he's the one who has to like detoxify them. And so it
Mhm.
like corrupts him, like, it gets him drunk when he takes the evil from people, which is like the pecking of the liver as his punishment. Anyway, so that's all fun backstory to give you a Christmas story that so it's been playing with this idea that Santa Claus comes every year to like improve humanity just a little bit. And so
Yeah.
that this idea is dropping on Christmas is just a nice little nod to that idea that maybe our Santa is
Okay,
looking
okay.
out for us. He's like, look, guys, I don't want to impose anything on you, but wouldn't it be cool if you all had a universal person?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I understand now.
So, yeah, obviously, no context for the show. That's why I had to give you that backstory. But yeah, no, if you wanted to have like a sitter come over, you just have them log into your person and take care of the pets.
Yeah.
Service. Yeah, same thing with the maid service. And this doesn't have to be the same person. It doesn't even have to be the same company. It's just that everyone
Yeah.
has access to your person. Now, obviously,
But
hijacking a people's person would be really, that was the weirdest fucking sentence I've ever said. Um, Living
yeah,
in the
I think there
future
are
now.
a lot of dangers too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you could get burgled by your person because
Yeah.
they hijacked him from the inside. They never broke in. They only broke out. Also, people could get murdered fairly easy by that if you could have access to somebody's person. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I can see that happening.
wow, there's so many different options. And yeah, I hope there's a tech guy out there who's definitely like, you know what, this is the thing. We must do the thing. Because I mean, really, right? Like we know that AI is not going to work the way that they say it is. We've all played with it long enough to be like, okay, I see what this is good for, but it's not artificial intelligence. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
and again, not to say that it doesn't have its uses in so many ways, because it's great for accessing a bunch of information quickly, and in a way that we can understand. That's brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good technology, but the marketing behind it is what
Says
it's
the
making
bullshit.
promises that are bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Writing checks his body can't cash. So the
Or or for instance, the guy from OpenAI, he said that you could raise your child with the help of ChatGPT, and that's stupid.
no, no, you should not. You should not do that.
Yeah, you should not do that.
Uh, because of ChatGPT psychosis, uh,
Yeah.
being an actual
I mean,
thing that's been documented this year.
I still use Google for everything. And what I like about Google AI is that it has the link on every answer that it gives you. So you can visit the site and see if what it's telling you is true or not.
See, you're hitting it on the head for me what AI, what its big problem is. It gives you a final solution as if that's the answer, but it doesn't give you any way to check or modify that solution. Um,
Yeah,
and, and
that's an
see,
issue with ChatGPT.
well, and in AI models, across the board, like so, I have used them to create like sound or voices, or to make things move, or images, like that sort of thing. But the more that you like try to mess with it, often the worse it becomes. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so yeah, and like it doesn't give you like any like controls over it, or it can't manipulate it rationally.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like, and that's the thing. Like, ChatGPT doesn't give you links. Google is actually providing links, even though its language model is lacking in a lot of ways, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah,
I
of
would
course.
rather Google instead of deal with their AI. Like, that's where I'm at with
Yeah.
it. But I do
Yeah.
appreciate that aspect where it's like, it's like a heightened Google engine.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I still like to double check my sources. So
As an academic, absolutely great. I wish that more non-academics would do that, just so they would know what information they are passing on. Um,
yeah, yeah.
because there's a lot of
Yeah.
trolls, you guys, who are passing misinformation because they think it's funny. The Earth is not flat. That was a joke that got out of control
Yeah, man.
and
The same with the
easily
vaccines and
disprovable.
everything.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And the COVID vaccines cause autism or any other problems besides, giving you the boost against the virus.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Um, If I don't know what it says, I ain't putting it in my body. What the fuck are you talking about? You can't pronounce most chemicals because it's just a combination of what they're made up of. Um, and what it's doing,
Yeah.
basically, right? Like how the chemical is breaking down. It's a description more than it is anything else. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, no, yeah. And that's yeah. I think I'm really hoping that there's this. It's not all boomers. Just like it's, I wouldn't say it's everybody, but there's a group of people who are alive now who don't like to think rationally, and are living in this really bizarre, they make up their own reality as if that makes it reality world. Um, and so I'm hoping that their kids and their grandkids are going to see that and be like, yep, never going to be like that. And we're going to see a reverse and see like a lot of like just return to rationalism
Yeah,
across the
me too.
globe.
I hope that.
keeping my fingers crossed. Because I don't care what you believe, right? Like what conclusions you've come to, as long as you've come to them through a series of like you've like looked at the evidence and then logically moved through the evidence to arrive at that conclusion.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
there's some ways
many
to.
people.
Sorry,
Yeah,
please.
sorry.
You please
Okay.
finish once.
Many people don't like to think. I think that
Ah,
many people like others to think for them, so
that is true. It is easier.
they they will repeat what they read or what they see in a video, and it's not like it's not like me thinking that, oh, I do think and everything, because uh, I think this is something that we all can be like a victim of this machinery in a way. I've known many people that is super intelligent, but in specific things they don't think in that way. I've seen
Oh, like
professors,
they stop
other
critical
academics.
thinking? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That
interesting.
I have seen academics that have critical thinking for literature and everything, but for things that are political or for society, they don't have any critical thinking.
Yeah,
And
that's absolutely true. Yeah, I
yeah,
understand that. Yeah.
and the thing is, that worries me, because of course, if you repeat other people ideas, you are not like building your own ideas. And for me, the brain is like a muscle. You have to continue thinking and being creative, so you always become better with your brain.
Well, you're trying to, yeah, I mean, this the same way you want to make the elasticity in your muscles. The reason they get bigger is because you've been breaking them frequently, right? You use your brain, you create new connections frequently in order to make sure that it can still bend and it can still move around. Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. And then the point that you'd made right before that, I am so sorry. Um, it's been a full day, and we're getting sort of towards the end of the show. My brain is crapped out. Do you mind reminding me what the topic that we're on? Speaking of, make sure your brain is not elastic, stays elastic.
Yeah, no, that there are. I was saying that there are people that I consider to be very intelligent,
Thank you.
that
Yes.
they also don't think regarding some topics. Like they can be very intelligent, like academically, but in terms of, I don't know, everyday politics, they just repeat what they read somewhere.
Yeah, that's really interesting, right? Because and maybe it comes from the fact that they were thinking so long about some other topic that they don't have time to cover the other topics, and so
Yeah,
they
yeah,
take
it
a
can be.
trusted source on those ones. And you were saying you did this yourself too. And then as you said that, that's what got me distracted. I was like, oh yeah, I do that too. Like most of the information I gain is through secondhand information, not me necessarily going to a source.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that you have to go to the source all the time, but the way I like to learn is always with a pinch of salt, like
Right.
getting different sources or trying to get to conclusions by myself with the information that I'm given and things like that.
And that was kind of what I was getting at. It was like the return of rationalism, is that I was hoping that um, we see like these kids and, I hope everybody, but I have more hope in the younger generation and the ability to
Yeah.
change. Uh, but like they would have that where they're listening to information and what they're looking for is a logical progression of steps where it doesn't skip steps, it doesn't have an emotional appeal, it doesn't try to like confuse you with facts that don't make sense, or like charts or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're like listening for a through line, so they're like more critical at that point. So they're doing that with all information. Because that's kind of how I like to listen too. Like you said pinch of salt. Like I'll listen to like everything to hear what it is, and then be like, does that make sense based off of what I know to be true, compared to the other information that I have, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, and then that way at least, you can try to stay up to date with things that do change, like whether or not Pluto is a planet or not. Um, and or when somebody you find out some new information about somebody that you thought was a good person. For instance, I thought Elon Musk was a really great like innovator for a long period of time until I found out about his history, and I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
nope, nah, that guy's not. I'm sorry. Um,
yeah, yeah,
he's good at doing the thing of gathering a bunch of money and screwing people over. I mean, those are
yeah,
skills, and I'm not downgrading them. They're just not ones that I admire. Is the point that I'm
yeah. I
I'm
agree.
getting at? Like I do. If there's a scoundrel who's the best scoundrel, I'm like, dang, dude, you really scoundreled, better than anybody. You got to respect the game. But I'll just stay the fuck away from me.
Yeah, yeah. I think the same. I mean, there are many people that like. I mean, with all of these public figures, they want to have like an image and
Yes.
maintain that image, but I like to always try to see what's behind that image or why they want that image to be like that. For instance, I remember that Steve Jobs was also regarded as a genius tech guy,
Yep. Yep.
and I always thought that he was a genius, but a genius in business, not in technology.
Yeah, 100% right. Like he's not the one. I mean, his idea we found out later is stolen. And that him and Microsoft, Gates, they get the idea from Xerox when they work there.
Yeah,
So like and so he just brands it really well. He's really, which is crazy because the dude didn't shower. Um,
yeah,
and didn't
yeah,
wear didn't wear believe shoes or socks. The reason he dies is because he believes like this is like what we're going back to what we're talking about, right? Like he's amazing at getting business done, but the man believes that he's a perfect being that cannot get sick. Um,
yeah,
that was Steve Jobs' belief. That's why his cancer, which was easily curable for a millionaire or a billionaire, uh, that's why it killed him. It's because of this thing that was completely illogical. Um, so I don't know. I really hope that we're moving out of that phase of being
yeah. Me too,
being
man.
this
Me
way
too.
and realizing that like um, just because you're a genius in one area, which is possible, people are really good at skills, does not make you any like greater than any of the humans around you. Um, you can have a whole lot of skills, but that still doesn't make you superior and more than human. Um, it's
Yeah,
so ridiculous to be
yeah.
like,
I mean,
yeah, sorry.
we are all humans. I don't believe that there are people that are so much more intelligent or so much more capable. They
Right.
just were like in the right place at the right moment.
Exactly. I mean, without the Musk, diamond mine or whatever, sapphires, emeralds, emerald mine.
Emerald.
Yeah, without the
Yeah.
emerald mine, Musk has nothing. He doesn't become a thing. Well, that and his dad, hating him. Like you have to have that
Yeah.
that winning combination.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm expecting really good things from Baron Trump.
Yeah.
That like he's gonna be a world changer. So if his dad doesn't spend all of his money
Yeah.
before before he gets it.
Can you give me 1 minute, please?
Yes.
My cat is asking me for food like for an hour ago.
No, you have to
And
take care of the cat, bro. That these are important things. I'm a big fan of cats, as
yeah,
you can
it's
guess.
just 1 minute. Just one
You,
minute.
you're all good. It's actually the most important break that we've taken all evening. Um, for real though, but
Okay.
make sure to make sure. I am highly infected with toxoplasmosis, if you guys didn't know, which means that I have a brain parasite that most 80% of the world population has. It comes from cats and it lives in cats. And one of the things, and the way that it happens is, it gets into a cat, infects the cat, lays the eggs in the cat, that goes in the cat, fecal matter. Those eggs get into living things, and then, plant themselves, squirm up to the brain, and then control them. So, um, just so you know, yeah, risk-taking behavior, like the need to draw attention to yourself, those are really traits of toxoplasmosis. Um, so yeah, in short term, not being this is risk-taking behavior, just repeating it in a different way, but like not being able to plan for the future or like not caring what will happen. Yeah, just so you know, that those are all the things. At one point, I wrote a comic book about it. Actually, the first calculated story was about a toxoplasmosis infection, what it could look like and could manifest as. It's kind of like the musical Cats with no music, and it meets Fight Club. So, uh, release the butthole cut of Pounce. It coming soon to, I don't know, I'm just messing. There's a couple comic books out there in the world if you guys are ever interested in finding out about them. I should shout out, this is a Cactus Space podcast. Should have done that a little while ago, but we were just chilling and having conversation. This is Drawing Without Jack here with Alex Reid, um, which you can find at alexreidstudios.com. Also on YouTube at Alex Reid Studio. He is going to be dropping that new track on the 14th, which you guys, if you haven't heard it yet, it's released already. You can check it out there
Okay, I'm
along with
back.
a bunch of other tracks. Nice. Welcome, buddy. We're here also with Aaron Cosbio, the professor of comedy. Find him
Yo.
at professorofcomedy.com. And Flamingo in the audience, who you can find at soundcloud.com/flamingo music. And he is putting together his EP. Uh, so
Nice.
yeah, I was listening to it on loop today. The two tracks that are available, so I'm really hoping that that will come together. If you guys are catching this podcast right now, you should also be seeing the Wigwags Christmas show playing on YouTube, hopefully everywhere. So Merry Christmas again to everybody, and we will get back to the show with Alex kind of here at the end. Um, so we are kind of going to be wrapping up the show. I think we're going to do a short one tonight since Jack isn't here and close up in about 10 minutes. If that's cool with you, Alex.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sweet. Do you have any thoughts, like final thoughts for as we're going to that wrap up?
Honestly, I don't have many thoughts right now.
Okay, fair.
Uh, I'm more like an answer kind of guy.
Okay.
I can talk a lot, but if someone asks my a question,
Look for the questions. Fair enough. Um, so hmm, the the mass surveillance of the American public, yeah, you like that for an opening statement in a topic, uh, is is something that didn't just affect Americans. So with the 2001, as we kind of like referenced earlier, uh, with the 9/11, because what started happening is that they needed to have places to put up, um, like to collect data and to put up data centers. But obviously, America and manning it in America is more expensive than other places. Um, so they ended up putting them in places like Chile, in your
yeah.
city, right? Um, Now, this is the thing that's crazy to me because it just sucks on so many levels. Because that is happening because basically all the lettered organizations of the United States decided that they needed to get as much information as possible, and if they basically could minority report everybody, they could stop crime. And now they're using AI, and now, I say now, but they've been using AI to do that. Um, Jordan Peterson is actually, or I'm sorry, Peter Thiel is actually the one who's is doing that, correct? With
Yeah.
Blackthorn, Black Ops, um, Rainbow Six, Siege Tower, the not so fun game about being police surveilled. But then also, so it's not that it's just that it's affecting American citizens because it is, but that large amount of data that's being collected has to be put somewhere, and so it's affecting the entire world, with where it is
Yeah.
because Amazon data centers are that. They're exactly that. Amazon's gotten very wealthy in just renting out space and maintaining the space with all the things that they have. And so people like that have been turning to that, which is Amazon, which is very secure just to hold their information. That
Yeah.
was a barrage of topics. You're welcome to begin along any of those lines. How do you feel about that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that one of the most important things is that people always have to remember that um, the internet is physical. It's not like the cloud that
Yes,
people say.
thank you
It's
for that reminder.
physical,
I had to point that out to somebody
and
recently. That cloud is a metaphor to fake you out. It's not going
yeah,
up to a satellite. It's sitting on a server in somebody's storage
yeah,
room. That's what
and
it is.
the servers are these massive infrastructures that occupy resources and so on. So yeah,
And when you say
the
massive
same with the
infrastructures, again, we said warehouse, but we're talking sometimes like city block size warehouses.
yeah, yeah,
This is where the internet is being held. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's crazy to think that the internet, something that we are related to every day, occupies a lot of space in the world, in the oceans too, and everything.
True.
But it maintains the illusion that it's like in the air and, and things like that. I think that these companies are very clever when it comes to choosing where to locate their infrastructure.
Yes.
So they can still sell that image of something sleek. I mean,
Right. Well,
I
and
think
and
that
and non-exploitative, not complex, and not creating some problems that you've mentioned, right? As in using all the
yeah,
resources in the area that they decided to set up a data center.
yeah. I mean, I think that the perfect example of how everything works nowadays is just an office computer. You can have a very clean desktop with the screen and a very small keyboard, but underneath the desktop is going to be full of cables. And as long as we need cables, we are going to need a lot of infrastructure. Is the illusion of sleekness.
Right. Yeah. I was saying that to someone today too. The biggest problem with the internet, the biggest threat to the internet worldwide is sharks.
Yeah,
Because they constantly are chewing the cable that's running between the two continents. Uh, or yeah,
yeah,
between yeah, I guess that's the easiest way to put it. Uh, right? So right, yeah, it's a physical thing that it needs to be physically protected. Um, and it physically takes with space and resources and that. Um, in some ways, I think that the crisis that we didn't realize that we were going through is that we were creating an illusionary space like over top of our real space, um, in a way that well we were sort of getting at, right? Like we feel like it's predictable that we could move to having the guy in your house, that does all the things. Um,
yeah,
right. And in that conversation, I was thinking about how, like everything is migrating towards more like parasocial relationships than actual relationships. Um,
yeah. It's
we
true.
don't hang out with each other. We look at each other's Facebook feeds.
Yeah,
Like,
and
like,
that's something that has been increasing over time. And
yeah.
I,
Please continue.
I there's I don't know if they did this, but someone once said that the future of dating is like your AI goes to a date with my AI, and we get a result to see if we are compatible or not, and that's just stupid.
Well, and easier actually. Did somebody already patent that? Because I think that I like the idea of having the guy in the house, but making dating so that I don't actually have to do it, but I can see if we're compatible before we get to that point. would make things a lot easier. Although, I mean, you're like for you, you're married, so maybe you don't worry so much about that.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, it's not something that I worry about.
Yeah, it's strange in the age of the internet. As a person who remembered when it wasn't like this. Um,
Yeah.
I'm sure people are still hooking up. I'm just not part of the that age group anymore. So as it is. Wow, that was a long wind away from the topic that we did want to talk about.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
with with the time we've got left. Uh, so, but yeah, I think that they are clever. They want to make this image of sleekness, that that it is something that is the future, is not real. Because if they do start talking about that it's real, we have to talk about the real problems that it's causing. Because these data centers are in places, say, like in Chile, but also one of the big problems is in all the places that they are is that they're creating a lot of heat, because they're
Yeah.
electronics that are on all the time. So the biggest contributor to global warming isn't a diesel truck, which you would think it is, and that's part of it. But it's the heat from these things and all the oil that it's taking to create energy for these machines. So
Yeah.
the internet is actually killing us in a lot of ways. Because
Yeah.
it's killing our planet. It's making us force this idea of like, do we migrate or what do we do? Because there might not be anything left.
Yeah, it's true. And it's difficult because it it's it has become a necessity.
Yeah, if you want to have a world economy, you have to have an
So
internet.
it's not like we can decide. Yeah, we cannot actually decide if we want to use or not the internet. We need it,
We need it now.
and it's killing the planet.
Yep. What have we done?
Yeah.
Um, wow. Okay, that was the best downer ending I think we've ever landed on, and I don't even know where to go from that. So I'm gonna be like, hey, Alex, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, we always have really interesting conversations, and I think that kind of epitomizes how interesting that they can get. Um,
Yeah.
Thank you, the internet, for everything you've given us and the ultimate death that you're bringing to us. Hopefully, we can figure it out
Yeah.
before that happens.
To the
Yeah.
internet,
Yeah.
the cause of and solution to all of life's
All
problems.
of
Yeah.
humanity's
That's true. That's true.
problems. All right, I'm gonna close on that phrase from Aaron Cosby. Bye.
Bye bye.